actually going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to Thursday. 9:15 EST. 3:15 CAT. 1:15 GMT. What's up? Yeah, we're here. My energy is a little. I ain't gonna lie. My energy is a little low today. I have not been sleeping particularly well, but it's all good. We here, and yeah, we're here. So, you know, we're here. So we'll make the most of today. Yeah, just a little low energy. I don't know what it is. I kind of have a feeling what it is, but it's not that. It's not that type of a show, is it? It ain't that type of a show. But now that we're here, welcome to Thursday. I hope you've been having a pretty good day so far. A good week so far. I hope you've been staying. I hope you've been profitable. We've been doing okay so far. Since Friday. Yeah, Green Day Friday, Green Day Monday, Green Day Tuesday, Red Day Wednesday. So 3 day Green Day, 3 day green streak, and then you know. But yeah, at least we didn't lose as like too much. You know what I mean? But yeah, welcome to the stream. If you're not yet subscribed, do that thing. Hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed, well done. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, hit the like button when you feel like it. But yeah, let's get into a little pre-market chat. I went ahead and I marked up the previous day levels. So that's our previous day value area high at 360.50. Let's double check. 362.5. Our previous day point of control, 320.25. And our previous day value area low at 280.50. All right, cool. I was like just kind of scouring the internet and just seeing if I could get some trade ideas just from from other sources, just like from sites, and just trying to see if I could get like some gex levels. And yeah, I'm just trying to see how other people are kind of reading the market, which gave me an idea, weirdly enough. Well, maybe not so weird, but it gave me some form of a trade idea today. Not really a trade idea, but a way in which to look at the market, right? So what I did before I came on stream is I threw a volume profile from Friday. All right, from Friday, from the beginning of the session, of the regular trading hour session. All right. So I drew a volume profile from there. Reason being, we've been well, if we're looking at it session by session, right? So 9:30. This is Wednesday last week, Wednesday the 3rd of June, right? Kind of had that, not really a rotational day, but we kind of did move sideways. And then on Thursday, the same thing, just kind of moved sideways, Tuesday, same thing, Monday, kind of, sort of. And then on Friday the 5th, then we started off that sell-off, right? Now, with the volume profiles, we've just been drawing them from session, just within the sessions, right? So regular trading session, Globex session, right? But this is a pretty substantial sell-off. We've been selling off since Friday, so got this idea to throw on the volume profile, which is just from Friday till right now, and just getting a read on where the value levels are, right? Because sellers pretty much been in control since Friday. So just wanting to get a read as to, what levels should we be weary of? What levels should we be uh, not so much so concerned about? What levels should we watch today? Right. So that's why I drew this on. And the level, I think, something that I think we need to watch very carefully is this level. Well, not so much so a level, but like the area. All right. Zooming in. Yeah. So this is like round about the volume profile, the value area low. All right. So just because yesterday, bias stepped in and protected this. You know, bias stepped in and protected this. Was it yesterday? No, this is actually on Tuesday. Tuesday. Yeah. They kind of protected this area. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, and then we fell below it yesterday, and then we made a move up. So if this gives, I don't want to just like long from here. There is potential that we continue this down move. You know what I mean? So just do that on. I just thought it would be something that we could like watch today. I'm gonna draw this across. Yeah, I'm gonna draw that across, and maybe let's make it a little less the opacity is pretty low, but I mean, just that it's not staring at us glaringly. All right. Yeah. So that's an area we're going to be watching today. If we do revisit that, I think just like watching how we react around this area is going to be important. I think this area is going to be important today. So yeah, so that's pretty much it with that. Let's just make sure, where are we drawing this from? 285.50. Yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of the area I'm gonna be watching today. If we revisit it, that is. Yeah, so that's on the 30-minute. Let's switch back to our to our to our time frame, the 1 minute time frame. I know it looks busy, but we are scalping. We're not swing trading. So yeah, and I'm just gonna switch on the Globix levels as well, which I had marked out before we came on. Before we came onto the stream. So yeah. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. That's my stomach. The boy hungry. The boy hungry. I could be going through a little caffeine withdrawal. I haven't had coffee in 3 days. So maybe that's what that is. What that is, as in like my energy levels just kind of dwindling slightly. 3:35:25. Yeah, so only 7 minutes away from the open. We'll see what type of activity we get. Let's put on the candlesticks. Let's put them back on. If we do get this test of overnight point of control again, I will look at taking it. Just depends on how we get it. As we had it yesterday and I didn't take it yesterday. And then I missed out on some pretty substantial up moves. So even if this retest comes a little before, like if it's like after 10 minutes, then cool, we'll take it then. No biggie. Not really breaking the rules, kinda, but if it makes sense, if it makes sense to take it, we'll take it. You know what I mean? Yeah, everything else is on. Our big trades are on. CPI came out also today, 8:30. So that happened. What activity have we been getting on the View app today? Not much. I think we bought it like early on in the session, like during the overnight session. Yeah, just like around about 8 p.m. EST, so my 2 a.m. Yeah, nothing much to talk about regarding that. Mm, yeah, we'll just see how price develops. You know what I mean? We'll just see how price develops once we, yeah, we'll see how price develops once we move into our trading session, into our trading time. So, yep. That's all there is today. That's all I can say today. Uh, the camera freezing does kind of concern me. Maybe let me see. What can I do about this? I mean, you guys can, as long as you guys can hear my voice, right? As long as you guys can hear my voice, I think we're good. Or that, or I switch to my front camera. I don't know how important it is for you guys to see my face. Yeah, I know I do have a. I know I am a bit of a looker. You know. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. That's a joke. I do not have an OnlyFans. Or do I? I guess we'll never know. 4 minutes till the open. Yeah, I'm just gonna drag this out. We might, feeling like maybe today is the day we try and really push for that initial balance trade. Hey, yeah, I think let's go for the initial balance trade as well. However it develops, it will mean that the stream is gonna be longer, but you know, if it means we're making progress, then we're making progress. We will just maybe we'll cut it just before lunch, right? We'll call the stream just before lunch, so that's almost a 4 hour stream. God damn. We'll see. We'll see. If we're good with the good with a bag, if we made enough for the day, then also if not just like keep it at if we've made enough for the day. I mean, also there is the other side of there's a side where we potentially lose money, so don't want to be doing that. But mission number 1 today is to protect the capital. Yeah, we're on account 1 because we started off on account 2 yesterday. Account 2 is not doing well though, but it's all good. We'll just keep the rotation and just maintain the rotation, and yeah, we'll work on account 1 today. We'll start off with account 1, but yeah, 20 more seconds until not initial balance, but until we finalize our Globix values. Yep. Yeah, I think those are gonna be our Globix values. Let's switch that volume profile off. Yep. Okay. Cool. Gonna switch that one off as well. Let me just double check with the Globix one. No, we're good. We're good. Should I? No, I think we're good. Yeah, no, we good. We good with the Globix values. About to get that ding ding ding. There we go. Welcome to New York. New York, New York. Pretty strong selling off the point of control. What is our point of control? 308.25. Let's mark that on here. 308. Cool. And where's our overnight value area low? 286. $286 flat, yeah. I also know now that these are not my best trades. Like the overnight value area high, value area low, those are not my best trades. So, yeah, I might actually not do anything when we get there if we get there within the window, unless we have an overlap with the volume profile, which we do need to throw on right now. But yeah, we might just get that test of that area as I described. Really, dude, we're like so early in the session. Pourquoi? Let's turn that back on. There we go. So that's that test of the VWAP, yeah? Yep. Also overextended on the Keltner channel, so what do? Do we extend it lower, or so big buying, some buying over there, buyers stepping in. Let's see if they get reward. Anytime I say let's see if they get reward, what we're looking to see is we're trying to see if they are going to, if there's like buying that steps in, do they then get the resultant up move, right? That's kind of what we're looking at. That's what we'll be checking. Maybe a retest of the VWAP here, and then a continuation, a retest of the VWAP, and then we continue down to the overnight value area low. What is that previous day value area low? 280.50. Yep. Previous day value. This is our previous day value area low. There we go. Just making sure we have them on the. Just making sure we have them on trade C as well. So that we know. What levels are being tested when we switch from motive wave to trade C. I would have them side by side, but doing that would mean I don't have like an extra monitor, so I can't look at them at the same time unless I'm looking at them on OBS as I am right now. What's that? 1534. Pretty strong down move though. What's gonna happen here? Big seller. Yeah, here comes that test of overnight value area low and of that area that we had marked out, you know. So let's see what happens here. Five minutes into the window, so also nothing, not gonna take anything just as of yet. There you go. Felt like we were in a long distance relationship. Probably a retest of the point of control. What's that? Yep. 298. Oh, retest. I mean, that's also a retest of the New York View app. It's looking pretty bearish. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's looking pretty bearish right now. It depends. I mean, a couple of things just have to, you know, for that bias, for the bearish bias to switch, a couple of things would have to be different. Like for one, if we do get above this moving average, then safely, I'd say safely, you could look at longs, like safely. But yeah, that's our volume profile kind of shifting. I mean, changed. Value area low of it is 293.25. A retest of the overnight value area low, that could be a trade, like a bounce, like a fade of the overnight value area low. Safer bet would be a fade of the previous day value area low. We did open also within value, so there's no, right now there's no saying really, because again, it's this is that area that I said we need to watch. We just kind of need to see what happens here for us to make like a decision, because trying to long this, you could try and long this and then you get stopped out almost immediately, because this could fall. Like there isn't much liquidity, there isn't much keeping price up below this area. So yeah, and trying to long this would be like trying to call a bottom. So just need to be careful, just be cautious. Yeah. I might, like something I might also need to consider is charting on the MES, is charting on the MES, because these charts do look slightly different. They do look different. The MES would be the micro chart, and so what I'm doing is I'm charting on the main ES on the main contract, right? And then I'm taking my trades on the micro, which has its advantages. It works best for the big trades. Like when we see these big trades, these have more weight on the ES than on the micro chart. This is something I learned also from another trader. So yeah. All right, 5 more minutes until yeah, 5 more minutes until our trading window. See, that's already tagged the overnight value area low. It also could be just nah. Let's not throw that into the universe. I was gonna say it could be motive wave just lagging a little. Pretty strong reaction off the overnight value area low though. Gonna switch you off for a little bit. Yeah, let's move without the view apps for now. Big seller right at the overnight value area low. So I mean, if they, anything could happen here. If they don't, if like this doesn't flush lower, then yeah, and that up move, the next place we'd go to would be the overnight point of control. But we also do have the previous day value area low below the overnight value area low. So what do we get? Yo, what's going on, Kaz? HBO's Industry. Yeah, I have. It's a good show. Industry. Right, let me double check. I'll check. Industry with like the family that has, with the family that has the companies and all of that stuff. Is that the show? Industry, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Maybe I haven't seen that. But what's going on, Brody? See, you found my secret life. You found my secret life. Been keeping this under wraps. Just trying my best to. But yeah, I hope you're good, buddy. Yeah, so this is overnight value area low. See, that's that big seller. We don't know, now it's the thing of like, do they get results or not? We're also super overextended on the Keltner channel, so that would make sense if, we go all the way back. Yeah, so these guys are underwater. Unless they, unless like something shifts for them here. Which it doesn't look like it's going to. But yeah, 30 more seconds until our trading window, and then yeah, we'll have to make a decision pretty soon. I mean, we don't have to make a decision immediately. We don't need to rush anything, but yeah, just need to make like a decision. Just need to make a logical decision, right? Let's zoom into the volume profile and then just see what's at the bottom of it, right? So like there, that's 15. That's 15 on the volume there, right? But like, is this a finished auction or not? finished auction meaning was that the last buyer? Was that the last seller at the bottom? You know, like here, like right here. That's why we got that wick. You know, like meaning, no one wants to sell below this. You know, that's what we'd be checking. So what we'll be trying to see. Yep. Other side of this volume profile. Break and retest. Let's wait for this to close. If this closes, maybe we could try 300, 350. Where is 350? Yeah, this one's not really like my favorite trade though. I mean, we've tried this a couple of times this week and we didn't get it. Nope. Overnight point of control. Let's wait for that break. Okay, let's try and get the retest of this. Think confidently. There's a possibility that we missed it though, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a chance that we missed that. But yeah, let's wait and see. Yeah, our motor wave is way behind. Break and retest of the overnight point of control. Let's see if we get the retest of that. Yeah, motor wave needs to sort its shit out, I ain't gonna lie. If we do get a retest of that overnight point of control, we do need to start thinking about where we will put our stop. 308 is pretty wide. Yeah, I mean, value area low. And that's where our stop will go. And that's if we do get the retest of it. Yeah, I was thinking succession, my bad. Nah, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna definitely check that out. I'll give that a look after, yeah, probably after the stream. Hopefully we have a good day today. I could do with a dub today. Motorwave doesn't give a fuck about what I could do with though, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna get that retest. We're like 2, 3, 4 ticks away. Nah, I'm lying. We're like 3 points away. That's quite far. Do we get the retest? Do we get the entry? Alright, cool. There we go. Yeah, I can't move my stop any higher. I mean, 300.25 is, I guess that's logical. What are we gonna target? Let's get out at the point of control. So 320.25. Let's not do anything dramatic. 320.25. I don't even need to set it. Once this candle closes, I am gonna move my stop. Maybe I should have moved it earlier. Yeah, should have moved it earlier. Let's see. I think we still have a chance here. We'll just let this one play out. Let's not move the stop. Yeah, I think we have a good. I think we have a good chance of hitting that previous day point of control. Oh shit, we were like so close. Also, come on. There we go. It would suck if this like reversed completely though. Swish, eh? So, yeah, so that's one dub. 101 for today. This is the test of that previous day point of control. Motorwave is like, we're probably 15 or so seconds behind. So that's not, it's not very encouraging, I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, my overnight point of control trades are like my biggest dubs. Like I think I just need to only take those. Yeah. We'll see. Let's see how we react around how we close around this previous day point of control, because that could be another trade, honestly. Okay, just needed to close, just need a clean close. Let's switch to account 2. What are we saying that is? That's 322.5. Yep. I don't know if we're gonna get this entry though, but would be worth it. It's worth the try. Like dead ass, like one tick. It's like one tick again. That fucking sucks. Like 1 point away. Yeah. Because I do see overnight value area high being the next logical place to target. Unless something has shifted here and we just haven't got that information. Hold up. Nah, this is not coming back anytime soon. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is going straight to the overnight value area high. And I mean, if it did reverse at this point, I wouldn't trust it to hold. Let's see how this closes, and then yeah, I see it, because also it's closing, it's wicking at the top, so boss. 333, 330. Yeah, mate, we're not in sync here. No lie. Anytime I need to restart Motorwave, boss, bad things start to happen. Let's disconnect. Let's allow you to think about your life. What are we saying? Do we keep this on? Should I keep this on or nah? let's just keep it on for now. Let me reconnect the motor wave and then camera is also bugging, motor wave tripping. Okay. We'll keep this on. I think this is still, nope, it's not valid anymore. Straight idea is not valid anymore. Let's take this buy limit off because we've already hit what we were trying to target. Overnight value area high is 334.75. 34.75. This is overnight value area high. And what's previous day point of control is 322.5. I don't see this holding again unless something's changed on the, nope, it's not what that is. That's previous day point of control. Yeah, that was such a clean touch also from previous day point of control to overnight value area high. So see big sellers there, it's big buyers rather. Boss, I'm gonna restart the motor wave unless I can draw this out now. There we go. Yeah, I don't see this holding because the buyer stepped in there and they didn't get any results. So if anything, this looks like, you know, this looks like it could be a short. Also don't have view apps on, so I don't know what's going on with that. Yes. Okay, our view apps are like way down here, like right at the bottom. So maybe I also capped. But honestly, I do see this selling off. Let's put a sell limit. I'll put a sell limit of 5. Move this higher. Yeah, so we'll make it a sell limit. Depending on how this closes, we'll put our stop just above its candle. Because buyer stepped in there, so this is 325.75. So if they can't hold that, you know, 325.75, that's where I'd put, that's where we'll move the stop. If we get the entry, that is. There we go. 320.75. And that's that. Where at that EMA, at that moving average. So, you know, if that falls, yeah, just need that to fall below that. Otherwise, we are going to get stopped out. But we're only risking 62 bucks, you know what I mean? Um, yep. Well, and that's that trade idea gone. Okay. Let's wait for another entry. Unless I was like really right about this. I doubt. No, I don't know. Let's look at it again. That was a logical place to get out though. 314. Should have targeted that. It's all good. Only $62. Only $62 from taken from that trade. So we still have 130 something to play with on this account. But I will not lie, like we're not doing very well. We are not doing very well on account 2. Account 2 needs to account 2 needs Jesus, bro. Account 2 needs Jesus Christ himself to come and trade it. I also could wait. Maybe let's just like sit and wait for a little bit. You know. But if we break that overnight value area high, you know, then if we can break those highs, then for sure, which we didn't even. But yeah, but you know, I kind of feel like a break of this would mean targeting the previous day value area high, which is what, 362.5. Let's just put that on the charts. 362.5. Previous day value area high. Okay. Okay. Yeah, good thing I moved that stop lower because see, we would have been taken out for like 200 bucks instead of just the 62. You know, a retest of 328.50 because that's where the buyer stepped in, right? If this can hold, we'll buy above it. That's a buy stop, but you know, and then yeah, literally the stop would have to go right beneath the candle. Just depends on how this closes, you know. Nah, that's gone. That's gone. Let's take that off. Good trade, good idea though, but my fear is like we'll try and buy this previous day point of control again, and then it won't hold. You know, I can see there are multiple reasons. There are multiple reasons I can see as to why it wouldn't hold. You know, but it is the only logical place I can see a long from right now. Either that or the previous day value area high, which is in really my yeah, not really a strength. Not really a strength for the boy. Yeah, maybe we should have just held that 20. Maybe we should have just tried that 28.50 trade. Trying to buy this, you know, entering here because like buyer stepped in here, and then using that as an entry, because if buyer stepped in here, they're gonna defend this level. But then the downside of it is that if they lose, if they can't hold that, then we lose with them, you know. So and this kind of is weakness. Like we wicked there, wicked here, we wicked here again, you know. So yeah, whatever was being tried above overnight value area high clearly failed, you know. So also why I'm reluctant to buy the previous day point of control, because we could just flush right through it, you know. Okay, let's wait. Bought it. Did we buy it? Yeah, we bought it. Boss. My candles are not looking the same. Yeah, why? What's up with that? This nigga's also frozen. Tricky one. Tricky one, no lie. Let's go with strength, eh? Let's go with where people are strong. Which is the logical place now? Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, we're gonna try sell the overnight value area high this time. If we can get a retest of it. That's a bad idea. I'll take that one off. Let's have a rethink of this. Yeah, let's think this one through. We also don't actually need to do anything quickly. We also don't need to do anything quickly. Yeah, I'm restarting Motive Wave because it doesn't look like it wants to. Doesn't look like it wants to participate nicely. You get me? A break below this, I will put a buy limit on this. But you see, like the way that we keep like bouncing off of it is what's not, you know, it's not giving me confidence. You know what I mean? So need this to like, right, now that we've broken up below it, now I can, you know, but I needed that to close. Like I needed a full close below that point of control. Because this is weakness, this is not a strong break. So let's chill. Let's chill. All right, cool. So that's the break below the point of control. So now I'll put my cell limit now. Mesh. It's gone. It is gone, boss. Cell limit at overnight point of control. Do we get that or not? I don't think we're gonna get that either. All right, you know what? Let's restart. Let me just restart Motive Wave, boss, and yeah, and we look at it fresh. You know, I think we just need to look at it with cleaner lens, and not rush or chase anything, because now I was starting to chase, which is usually a bad sign. You know, we could also just like take the dub from the day and just call that call that a day. You know, yeah. We'll use my FaceTime camera for now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think this dude's tapped out. Which is all good. Did its best. But yeah, let me get the Motive Wave back on. Yeah, and what's messed up is I did actually put a limit order for a limit cell on that overnight point of control, and then I took it off. Let's see what we get from it though. All right, cool. I'll have it later. I think honestly, we could just like take the levels that are on. Could have actually just taken the levels that are on Tradesy as I drawn them out, because I did kind of put a a limit cell here on the overnight point of control, but I just didn't feel comfortable doing that without full context of, first of all, what the volume profile looks like. You know what I mean? Which we're not getting right now from Motive Wave. Like literally, my Motive Wave is frozen completely. Like there's nothing going on with my Motive Wave right now. Yeah. Let's shut it down and try it again. This is the fourth attempt at restarting this thing. Hmm. Yeah, tricky one still. I think I'm gonna need to. I might actually need to restart the stream, boys. I might actually need to restart the stream. Yeah. Yeah. Look, let me restart the stream and then we we try and catch 10:30 for that initial balance play. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.